The Contractor is a Netflix movie that has received a lot of bad reviews, and well, if I have something good to say about it, I'm sure you're going to hear about it in this particular review I'm going to be doing of The Contractor. And I'm going to be flying solo on this particular video because my friend, my partner, she's kind of not around, so I have to kind of do this alone, and she's not a big fan of the movie anyway, so I was left to kind of like fly on this and jump on this. The Contractor is basically about this military guy that got discharged from the military because he kind of like used some kind of painkillers he wasn't supposed to use, and so he was discharged and he was looking for a job because he had a wife, he had a kid, and so he had a house he had to be paying for, so he had bills basically, and he needed money, a lot of money, you know, to kind of like keep his lifestyle going. And yeah, he had this friend also that was in the military together. They kind of like where it was like a superior in the army. They were attending a burial of one of their friends, and he kind of like told him like, oh, this is what I'm doing these days to make money. And the friend was like, yo, hook me up. And the guy got hooked up only to realize that it was a really, really bad idea. And the first mission they went for this private contractor that hired him as a new guy on board kind of like went south, and in the end he was running for his life. The film started in a church setting, and you know, any film that starts in a church setting like that could mean that it's going to have a very sober, it's going to be a sober mode film, or it's going to end, the ending is going to be a bit tragic. So when I saw the church mode, I was like, oh, okay, let's see, this could be nice. Of course, Budweiser was one of the sponsors of this film because yeah, at some point someone was drinking a Budweiser beer in this film. You can't find any brand appearing in a movie by mistake. You know, this is a world where branding is like the #1 thing. There was a lot of action in the middle and in the ending part, and I feel that the producers of this movie, the first 20 minutes of this film, nothing really happened. A whole 20 minutes. People hardly have attention spans of 5 minutes, and so if something fun is not happening in the first 5 minutes, people will just switch to the next film, especially on a place like Netflix where there are so many things to watch. This first 20 minutes was like, if you are not a very patient person, you would switch up this movie. But it ended up being worth it because there was some action in the middle and in the ending part. Now, the whole film changed for me when Rusty came into the scene, when this guy took his friend to go see the military, the private contractor that gave them like their second job. You know, and guess who it was? It was Jack Bauer himself. Kiefer Sutherland. I jumped up at this point and I like kind of shouted because like I'm a big fan of Jack Bauer. I'm currently watching 24 all over again. I'm rewatching it. I think I watched it first about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, I can't remember now, but I'm rewatching it now and I'm in season 7 now. Jack Bauer in 24 is heroic. The only other film I've seen him at, I know I've acted a couple of films, but the only other popular film I've seen Jack Bauer, that is Kiefer Sutherland, act in is Designated Survivor. I think that's another series that's available on Netflix as well. You could go check it out. The film had a conspiracy undertone because what they were contracted to do was to go and probably kill a scientist that had developed a cure for a particular illness that they were going to release into the world. You know, you had this kind of like COVID-19 conspiracy on that tone. Overall, I would give this movie a 55. There's something new that you have not seen in this movie that you've not seen in other films, you know, but it isn't a waste of time, even though the first 20 minutes might be really boring. However, that's it for this particular episode of Movies Recap. So what you could do now is subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, because we drop movie reviews every single week, actually twice a week, and a lot of movie trailers drop on this channel first. So I'll see you guys on the next video.